The FDNY is set to host a national symposium on e-bike lithium-ion battery fires. It's Tuesday, October 29th, and this is your New York Daily News. Tuesday's forecast calls for partly cloudy skies in New York City with a high near 67 and a low near 58. Before today's top story, multiple federal agencies converged on MDC Brooklyn, the violence-plagued federal jail where Sean Diddy Combs is being held, to conduct what federal prison officials would only call an interagency operation Monday. Defense attorney sources described the operation as a sweeping raid of the building, with federal officials going cell to cell looking for drugs and weapons. The Federal Bureau of Prisons refused to offer specifics on the operation, calling it pre-planned in a statement Monday and insisting there is no active threat. Horrific conditions and severe understaffing have long been the norm at the Sunset Park lockup, which saw 2 stabbing murders over 6 weeks this summer. The Daily News has chronicled a string of violent incidents and instances of medical mistreatment over the past year. The inmate population at the jail continues to drop, with 1,176 on Monday, compared to about 1,580 in January. And David Harris, who played gang member Cochise in the 1979 film The Warriors, has died at 75. Harris's daughter told the New York Times her father died from cancer. The New York City native attended the Manhattan School of Performing Arts before pursuing a career that included a role in the 1980 Robert Redford vehicle Brubaker and TV appearances on The White Shadow, Hill Street Blues, and Cop Rock. But he said in interviews it was his part as the shirtless, leather vest-wearing, turquoise-adorned, gang-banging Cochise for which he would be remembered throughout his career. The film has found an audience generation after generation after generation, Harris said in an interview posted online in 2019. He claimed he had no idea the movie about a street gang having to fight its way from the Bronx to Coney Island over the course of a violent night would have such staying power. Harris passed away Friday night in New York City. Find the latest on this story and more right now at nydailynews.com. Firefighters from across the country will join federal Homeland Security Department officials at the FDNY Fire Academy this week for a 2-day deep dive on how to better tackle the scourge of deadly lithium-ion battery fires, the Daily News has learned. The symposium, slated to begin Tuesday, will be held less than a week after a 34-year-old Bronx man was killed when a charging lithium-ion moped battery set his kitchen on fire. During the event, stakeholders will focus on the science behind how lithium-ion fires begin, proven tactics on how best to battle these blazes, and how the federal government can help with more research. Firefighters from Seattle, Denver, Chicago, and Atlanta will be in attendance and sharing their lithium-ion battery fire experience with the FDNY. The FDNY has been on the front lines and leading the charge on this issue. We've been reducing injuries and deaths as a result of collaborations like this, said FDNY Commissioner Robert Tucker. Frankly, we want to know what they know. This is a two-way street. Among the issues to be discussed is the creation of a nationwide checklist in which e-bike and scooter battery fires can be better identified and cataloged. Data on lithium-ion battery fires across the country are skewed because not every fire company knows how to identify the blazes, FDNY Fire Marshal Daniel Flynn said. When we are arriving at the scene, these fires are usually very advanced because they ignite so quickly. These fires seem similar to what many of us see when it's an arson, Flynn said. Sometimes they're so advanced we're looking at it as if it was a gas pour. We have to standardize how the data is captured and cataloged. The checklist will be given to the U.S. Fire Administration, which will share the information with firehouses throughout the country. Lithium-ion battery fires have already been added to a nationwide list of fire causes and will be included in the U.S. Fire Administration's new National Fire Incident Reporting System data platform, which is expected to go online next month. This is a new and evolving fire risk. So many fire companies didn't know if they were dealing with a hazardous material fire, electrical fire, or a vehicle fire, said U.S. Fire Administrator Lori Moore Morrell. Different fire departments categorized it in different ways, but now we are able to organize the information and the firefighters are speaking the same language. But we still need to assess the ongoing gaps on this issue that we need to shore up. At the same time, more is being learned on just how the cells in the batteries become unstable, overcharged, and overheat in a process called thermal runaway, which causes the fast-spreading fires. While damaged batteries and aftermarket battery packs not meant for use with e-bikes are more likely to ignite, the recent hurricanes that hit Florida showed that thermal runaway can occur if a lithium-ion battery compartment is submerged underwater, Moore Morrell said. Ongoing research into how the batteries catch fire has helped firefighters understand the problem more fully and helped bolster standard operating procedures when handling these fires, said Julie Brewer, Deputy Undersecretary for the Homeland Security Department's Science and Technology Directorate. New York is on the leading edge of it, but we are seeing it in other communities. It is a danger, Brewer said. It will become prevalent across the nation if we don't get ahead of it. In 2019, when these fires were first tracked by the FDNY, only 13 blazes were attributed to the batteries. In 2020, that number jumped to 44, FDNY officials said. As the number of lithium-ion batteries increased, the FDNY began a massive public service announcement campaign to encourage e-bike and scooter owners to use only factory-installed batteries, not charge them overnight, and keep the bikes outside if possible. The department also ramped up inspections at e-bike stores and improved response tactics. As a result, fire deaths caused by lithium-ion batteries dropped from 14 at this time last year to 5 so far this year. During symposiums like the one scheduled for Tuesday, the FDNY has shared everything it's learned on combating lithium-ion battery fires with fellow firefighters throughout the nation and beyond, Tucker, the FDNY commissioner, said. We're not just concerned with saving lives in the city, we're concerned with saving lives all over the globe, Tucker said. For more on this story and for the latest in New York City politics, visit nydailynews.com and follow us on social media at nydailynews. Thanks for listening. My name is Imran Sheikh.
Spoken Layer.